Hallo? Okay, gut, jetzt funktioniert. Ja, gar nichts, nur ausgeloggt und wieder eingeloggt. Sehr. Ich habe mir gedacht, gegen einen Blitzcrank. Ja. Ich liebe zwar unsere Nami-Caitlyn-Kombo. Einfach wegen Damage. Neue Core Mastery. Immer die.
Ja, jetzt im 7.6 haben sie sie wieder genervt.
Ah, okay, ich hab's. Ah, fuck, ich habe einen 7.6er nicht gelesen.
Ja, viel haben sie nicht geändert. Es ist einfach, vorhin ist es ein Flat, ich glaube ein Percentage
Ja,
Lifesteal gewesen.
Percentage, ja.
Und jetzt ist es ein bestimmter Amount, abhängig von deiner Attack Damage, die du hast.
Ja. Also nicht mehr so stark.
Ist vorher stärker gewesen, glaube ich, ja.
Ja gut, aber auf jeden Fall, das ist Nerven, war ja Nerven, war
Also
ja.
ich has nicht durchgerechnet. Ich habe einfach geschaut, was jetzt alle Pros spielen mit dem 7.6 und das ist nicht mehr der Dings.
Right. Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Hier kommt.
Invite.
Miss? Not by a long
Hilfst du mir
shot.
da? Ah.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Ich bin recht gespannt auf die Keil-Ult.
Ah ja, wir haben okay. Wunderschön. FKs.
Also ich dürfte eigentlich nie sterben. Immer der Wart. Ah, ihr sind doch
Nice.
beides Pfeifen,
Minions
Mann.
have spawned.
Ja, was das.
Time for a shift. I love
Okay, unser Shen ist AFK.
it. Boom. Headshot. Don't be caught flat-footing.
Ja, dann wird es ein Remake jetzt dann geben.
Jetzt gerade Smite oder was soll das?
Hot on the trail. Boom. Headshot. Meet the lone gun of the left.
It's too early to make remake. Ja, jetzt ist er da.
Don't be caught flat-footing.
So, aber.
Got them in my sights. Boom. Headshot. Me? Miss? No. I love a good chase.
Nimmst du den grossen?
Oi, oi.
Drauf.
Enemy double kill.
Oh, der Heal war ein bisschen spät.
Ja.
Time for a
Wie
shakedown.
viel Minion-Schaden habt ihr bekommen?
Puh, kein Plan. Wahrscheinlich deutlich zu viel.
Right. Let's investigate. Want to see a hat trick? Boom. Headshot. Up for a showdown? Boom. Headshot.
Oh fuck man, ich farm ja.
I have the tools for the job.
Ah, ich hab gehört, Schätze. What?
Has been slain.
Das ist meine Fehler, Alter.
Ist da der Schaden ein bisschen unterschätzt oder wie?
Ja. Das war dämlich.
Want to see a hat trick?
So, jetzt habe ich alles wieder ab.
Muss mir glaub helfen bei den Minions, gell? Ich mag die noch nicht.
I have the tools for the job. Let's investigate.
An enemy has been slain.
Boom. Headshot. Miss? Not by a long shot.
Fuck.
Ja, links engaged, oder?
Don't be caught.
Hat er das seine Passive noch oder ist die für einen auf?
Die hat er noch nicht.
Ich weiß nicht, ob er jetzt baitet oder.
Me? Miss? Not
Er hat Level 6.
time for a shakedown.
Geworden.
Don't be caught flat-footed.
Hast du dich schon vorbereitet, dass er dich guckt?
Ja, ja, absolut.
Let's investigate.
Achtung, irgendwie sieht das cheesy aus.
I have the tools for the job.
Hast du ein Wort für da rein?
Hot on the trail. I love a good chase. So many dead bodies. So little time. Meet the long gun of the long.
Achtung, Achtung, Achtung!
Want to see a hat trick?
Achtung.
Oh, Victor.
Ich bin um.
Let's investigate. I have the tools for the job.
Nimmst du den grossen?
An enemy has been slain.
Er ist allein, er ist allein.
Right. Don't be caught flat-footing.
Oh, Kyle ist schon Level 9, Mann.
Ja, Shen auch.
Me? Miss? Not by a long shot. Time for a shift then. Want to see a hat trick?
Ally has been slain. Enemy killing spree.
Der Blitzcrank.
An enemy has been slain.
Chase.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Dings hat uns ein kleines Knick gebrochen dort. Der Victorious.
Don't be caught flat-footed. Got them in my sights.
Ist noch ein
finde es komisch, dass sie das jetzt nicht gemacht haben.
Has been slain.
Up for a showdown.
Ich bin auch da. Hä, der hat doch eine Ult gehabt. Ich kann nichts mehr, ich kann nichts mehr. Willst du mich verarschen, Mann?
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Wanna see a hot shot? Hot on the trail.
Ist da.
Mhm.
Boom. Headshot. Right. Let's invest. Right.
Boah, der ist schon schnell weg gewesen, der Wart. Können wir Drake machen?
Headshot. So many bad guys. So little time.
Ich kann Bot farmen.
Let's investigate.
Also nur falls du wieder mit mir redest, Peter, ich würde dich nicht machen.
Ja, ja. Ja. Hörst du mich?
Ja.
Wanna see a hot shot?
Destroyed.
What the? That's it.
You have been slain.
Scheint ultet recht gut.
Not by a long shot.
Ich kann Midlane.
I love a good chase. I have the tools for the job.
Geh wieder Bot. Der Blitz und der Lucian gehen hure heim. He. Auch unter Turret.
Caught on the trail. Boom. Headshot.
So, sorry.
Flat footing.
Wieder da.
Jo. Ja.
So many bad people. So
Blasting Cones sind jetzt so, sie werfen immer gleich weit, egal wie weit das du... Ich kann wieder Botlane.
Look.
Time for a shakedown.
Wie viel Gold hast du jetzt über KO? 30?
Boom. Headshot.
Ist ein Hin und ein Her.
Me? Miss? Not by a long shot.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
I have the tools for the job.
Fuck, man.
Hast du das zu mir glaubt?
Ich bin so schwach, ey. 1,5. Dabei bräuchte ich nur noch 6 so blöde Charges, man.
Das ist ja dämlich.
Right.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I love a good chase.
An enemy has been slain.
Time for a shakedown. Boom. Headshot.
Nächster Drake ist jetzt ein
Let's
Thema.
investigate.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Don't be caught
Ich bin
flat-footed.
gerade so traurig. Echt.
Ja, ich auch.
Who doesn't like being under the gun? Boom. Headshot. Me? Miss? Not by a long shot. I love a good chase. see a hat trick? Good shot.
Fuck man, da geht mir und wir gerade wieder aufeinander gesäbelt. Schön. Mach ich Drake, ne? Es ist Minute 25 und ich habe noch nicht einmal meine 3 Items beieinander.
I have the tools for the job.
Ja. Suboptimal, suboptimal.
Up for a showdown?
Vor allem ich habe von jedem Champion von ihnen Angst.
Zu Recht wahrscheinlich.
I love
Haben
the
sie
chase.
weggemacht.
Aber ich finde jetzt Dings Air nicht so schlimm wie es ein Fire war wie der nächste.
Time for a shakedown.
An enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy.
Yeah, baby.
Don't be caught flat-footed. Right.
Es geht bergaufwärts, ich kann ihn killen.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Ja, da muss ich die kleinen Dinge freuen.
Hot on the trail.
Was lebt bin ich überhaupt noch?
Alle top.
Your
Jetzt
team
kann
has
ich.
destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Shot.
Alle. Bang.
Sind sie tanky, der Olaf. Ja.
Want to see a hat trick?
Machen sie Baron.
Bang.
Sie haben zwei Ult vom... Dings. Olaf pusht Botlane halt. In mehr Baron gehen.
Time for a shake. Meet the long gun of the law. Don't be caught flat-footing.
Und schon wieder ein Kill.
I have the tools for the job.
Aufpassen, dass sie nicht burnen.
Ja, ich bin auf dem Weg.
Hot on the trail.
Ist mit.
Wir sind am Aufholen, meine Freunde. Ich bin auch auf dem Weg.
I love a good chase.
Kommst weg.
Ja.
Who doesn't like being under the gun?
An enemy has been slain.
Up for a showdown?
Olaf Bot.
Time for a shakedown.
Drake.
Want to see a hat trick?
Können wir Mitteln pushen?
Big shot.
Olaf ist wieder top.
Killing spree. Double kill. Killing spree.
Fallen.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Got no sense.
Ich spüre es, ich komme da. Ich komme da.
Rampage.
Oh, die Kale macht Damage.
Hot on the trail.
Ja, das ist Late Game Kyle.
Shit.
Habt ihr mir Top Lane oder wie?
Me? Miss? Not like
Unstoppable.
Und recht am 3 rösten
Your
da.
team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Dominating. Unstoppable.
Oh, ich kann den Olaf von
Your
gewonnen.
team has destroyed a turret. Destroyed a turret.
GG.
Nein, das war jetzt doch was. Uiuiui. Aber am Anfang so schlecht gespielt. Meine Fresse. Ich schäme mich richtig.
Ja, zum Glück hat Dings. Kyle hat performt.
Ja.
Unbelievable Team, sagt der Olaf.
Ja. Ja, die Kale hat echt performt, du. Meine Güte.
Ohne die hätte man alt ausgesehen.
Ich muss kurz telefonieren.
Mhm.
Bin in so 20 Minuten wieder da.
Gut.
Also du kannst gerne eins ohne mich spielen, sonst.
Nein, warte, 20 Minuten. Bis nachher.
Passt, bis später. Ciao, ciao.
So I'm guessing some of you looked at the new Alistair skin and thought, hey, I can't wait to play cowbell with my favorite songs. Well, might not be as easy as you thought. In order for the cowbells to sound good and on beat, you need to have the same tempo as the original song. And as I figured out, the cowbell hits at 149.6 BPM. And there's not a lot of songs who use that. Unless Riot fixes this, I'm gonna call it 150 for now. So for your viewing pleasure, I have created a playlist with songs in that tempo that you can listen to while you're playing Cowbell Alistair. Just a few seconds each, to avoid any copyright problems. Also, I found something interesting while editing this. Here I have a clip of Alistair playing cowbell from the start. So the important thing to look at here is the amount of time it takes from the first note hits until the second. So that's the first hit, this is the second hit, that's still on sync. This is the third hit, fourth, the fifth. You see there's an even.
만나서 반갑습니다.
헬로. 마이크 켜져 있나? 마이크.
왜 못 봐주는데?
아,
야 이거 미드 라인 전자 끝났거든?
진짜. 아니, 진짜. 아, 남이 뭐해, 진짜로. 아니, 형. 우리 프로게이머야. 형.
뭐해?
아무리 돈에 터졌다 해도 그렇지. 게임이 우선이야, 형. 명심해. 자, 우리 프로게이머야.
do it again. They've only taken a single win in cross-conference play. They are 1-4 right now, and RNG are looking to turn it into 1-5.
This is what I wanted to check. So the Keystone Masteries have popped up, and I was very curious what Keystone Mastery Ashe would take. Now again, this is 7.5, so Warlord's Bloodlust has been moved around and changed quite frequently. We've seen Fervor of Battle kind of the go-to now, but usually with Lulu, a lot of people will go back to that Warlord's Bloodlust just because the help picks can help compensate for the lack of Fervor of Battle by giving you the extra AD on the trades anyway. But instead, it's going all in for those trades. You know, we're against Uzi, we're against Leona, let's go Fervor of Battle and the help picks.
Yeah.
And you can see that also because Lulu's not just taking the Thunderlords, she's also taking Windspeaker's Blessing, so trying to empower that E even further to make the Ashe trades that much more potent.
Yeah, looks like VG Gaming are all set to go in and force fights, whereas RNG will be, funnily enough, doing the exact same thing. We'll see if Endless goes for the Vampiric Scepter first, that so many AD carries have been.
This is interesting, though. Vici do this almost consistently, where they actually give away initial wave control because they want to leash for Benji. When every other team will start their jungler top side of the map and not impact the bottom lane. Again, could be just the confidence that they can leash for Bengi because they are against melee range. Like, you know, you can already see they're abusing Leona, like what you gonna do? So they don't feel like it's wasted at all. But they do it consistently against whether the support is melee or ranged.
This almost harkens back to the Season 4 Trinity of supports. You've got the Dive, the Peel, and the Caster. Zyra, Thresh, Leona. But this time it is going to be Caster against Dive.
And that's the key word there, Dive. You know it's an Elise, you know it's a Leona, you know that RNG are going to be looking bottom. So again, double down. Everything is in on this bottom lane. Vici's bottom lane has been popping off. You know you got Uzi in yours, and you have set it up perfectly between Leona and Elise that if that wave ever starts going the other direction, you are dead. If you're ever overextended, you are dead.
Well, they're certainly pressed very far forward just now, and with Scuttlecrab having just been taken by Yeehan and a Blast Cone to get him over the wall, there's no word from Endless and Tadong. They saw Elise there.
Oh, this is so bad. 3-minute Blast Cone over the wall. LGD will always usually clear this out.
There he goes. Now he sees it. Hatong is backing away, and Endless walks through the minion wave to get out.
Okay, yeah. They know
Sees
he's
him there as well, yeah. So they're able to make it out. If Yeehan were SOFM, he would have been in there.
But that's the thing. Like you said, it was just that slight delay. Yeehan actually stood, and he had the Blast Cone available,
waited, yep.
but just that 3-second difference could have meant the difference of a flash or even a kill being burned there. So it was actually just lucky for Vici as opposed to methodical and skill. Oh.
That was close. Endless catches his breath, but maintains focus.
I kind of want to talk about this. I'm a big Leona player, so it's kind of about finding windows when Leona can go in like that. And you can see that Ming will always pause as his creep wave is coming in, because he doesn't want to go in as soon as the creep waves have settled, because since Lulu and Ashe always have the push, they'll always have more minions, which means you'll always trade advantageously to your minion damage. So always look, every time the creep waves reset or his creep wave is coming in, that's when Leona's going to pull the trigger and look for the Zenith Blade.
We'll see if Endless and Hatong will be aware of that, or if they end up falling down there in that bottom lane, as EasyHoon right now is keeping Xiaohu, locked down in the mid lane as the minions crash in. Good last hitting from Endless so far as level 4 is picked up, and the arrow completely whiffs.
But then we have to talk about kind of the different power spikes for Orianna versus Victor. Like Xiaogu demonstrated last game, Victor is a very mid-game heavy power spiking champion. Just the cost efficiency and the itemization through Hex Core and when it makes him strong versus Orianna. We call her kind of the 3-item breakpoint mage. She really needs them to start popping off. If she gets ahead of the clock, she can be quite devastating, will always be good in those 5v5s. But Vici should peak much earlier than RNG in terms of their 5v5 strength.
Yeah, you can see Bangi right now just sneaking up top into Letme's lane, perhaps looking for a counter gank or just supporting Long as he shoves this wave in super early. That's actually going to be recall out of Long as well as he looks for his first item. Going actually towards the Phage first as Yeehan invades with Ming.
Ming, that is not bottom lane. Normally you see this invade over the bottom side of the map, you know, placing vision around the blue buff, especially because they know that Bengi started blue, so it will be the first buff to respawn. So placing that vision so you can challenge it if you want to. So quite curious that they've chosen to ward the top side of the map.
wave pushed in. Easy Hoon is safe, though. Yihan is waiting just outside of vision, right on top of the Raptor camp. You can see Bangi's already invading on the opposite side, and will spot that out. And now he will spot Ming making his way bottom. So they should have vision at this point, as Easy Hoon actually will now see Yihan walking forward as well.
This is possibly a 2v3, however, because Hatong is also kind of sitting off in the sides. So I like the fact that RNG know that they don't have eyes on Lulu. Both supports have made their back, so you know they're going to be looking to place their control wards, and they just kind of reset it. We don't know where she is. Ming has already made his way back bottom lane, so let's not risk anything.
You could actually see Hatong with making his way towards that mid lane, left Endless alone with that giant minion wave, but he heads back bottom, so no solo experience for Endless to get that early level 6, unfortunately, but he's still going to catch most of these minions as they crash in, though Uzi will certainly look to harass as he's now invading towards that blue buff, clearing out the dragon.
Did he spot those 2 wards?
Yes, he did spot the one just behind the Cloud Drake, but not the one that was in Pixel Brush in River. It auto-pings when the Scryer's Bloom goes over it. Bengi's actually heading up towards the top side as you can see Long invading the blue buff as it spawns for RNG. So
now,
yeah, this is the strong early game from Vici that we were expecting.
But it has to be the question that you would assume then that Yihan should be invading with Uzi and Ming on Vici's bottom lane. Again, it was kind of that curious maneuver of placing the vision towards the top side of the map. It might indicate that they were going to give a lot more of their time and resources for Let Me, you know, the Elise Camille duo up in the top lane. But against a Renekton, that's kind of dicey, not to make any sort of pun. But because they don't have that vision, or they didn't invest that vision that they placed top on the bottom side, they frankly don't see this blue steal or blue trade, and they haven't initiated it yet.
Yeah, it's a full jungle clear out of Yihan. He's level 5 right now as he works on Krugs. Bengi's actually invading and will barely be able to make it around that red buff, I think. Long trades with Let Me. Yeah, that's the belly slam, and Yihan eats a lot of damage. Red buff is doing work here.
And there is nothing that RNG can do to help him. Easy Hoon has Xiaohu completely locked down in the mid lane, so he has the inside track. This is a smite 50-50 battle at best, but here comes the
and the
arrow.
arrow narrowly misses Yihan, but Bengi is able to finish off that red buff in the meanwhile.
Yihan has lost full control of his jungle. That's also going to be level 6 for Bengi, which now puts Xiaohu in even more danger because he knows the Gragas is somewhere behind him with ultimate.
And he has got 0 vision right now. There's a grand total of 1 ward on the map.
And that's why
RNG.
he's cheating up towards the top side in between the tower and the wall, because again, he doesn't know where Bengi is. Now, Bengi has kind of returned to his jungle and is on Gromp, but Yihan, I always want to call him Yeehaw, such a missed opportunity. Giddy up.
Yep.
He's his loss of control over the jungle is now kind of bleeding over passively into the other lanes.
You're starting to see these lanes look for minor advantages. Blue buff now going to be passed over to Easy Hoon in the mid lane. He's level 8 to the level now 8 of Xiaohu, who just ticked over.
But that's double blue. Blue on Victor as well as blue on Gragas.
Yeah. Well, this is the question, though. Are these advantages that Vici are getting with Bengi, with this sort of jungle vision and priority, going to amount to anything? This has always been the question for Vici game.
Tiny little micro advantages, and if they can snowball them, yes. It's always kind of been this race. Can we accumulate enough of a gold advantage to compensate for our lackluster 5v5? But that said, their 5v5 doesn't look as lackluster as you look back at their last series, so it could actually mean the difference. Maybe they only need a feather to tip the scales versus before they need like a full, get the sandbags out.
Feather to break the camel's back versus another camel. And with that, Bengi continues clearing out his jungle, just maintaining vision. Finally, RNG have reset vision up towards that top side once again. Even a forward ward in lane to see Easy Hoon. As Let Me just harassing Long. That's actually going to be the Dominus being used as Bengi walks forward, but Yihan's on the way. Flash is used. Let Me is going low. Tries to pop himself up, and Long goes down to first blood. Bengi's able to get the trade, though. 1 for 1, but first blood onto Let Me. Yihan looks for a little bit of punishment here. Bengi's walking under, and now Ming shows himself up mid. Very easy stun. Flash cleanse from Easy Hoon gets him out. He's not able to do too much damage to Ming on the backside.
Turning it around now, but the big thing is the fact that both those summoners are down for Victor. He is very immobile, very squishy, so for the next 5 minutes you'd have to think he's going to have to hang back, play super safe, and the rest of his team's going to have to invest in flanking vision to keep him secure there, especially if Ming's going to keep popping his head mid.
Yeah, a little bit of lackluster vision from Vici Gaming towards that mid lane allowed that gank to happen, and they are setting up vision once again. Hatong makes his way there. Here's the gank up top.
So the thing is it's really the flash, I think, max range cocoon that means that they trade first blood just in time there. But what I find quite funny is that Renekton,
Oh, they're diving endless. Poor guy. Gets an arrow onto Ming, but a single turret shot is not enough to kill Ming.
just oversteps a little bit, and there's no reason for Endless to be that far forward. The wave was pushing into him anyway. You don't have Hatong there. Just step back.
Yeah. Looks like it was a Chains of Corruption landing from Uzi and then Ming following up with Flash, Zenith Blade, Shield of Daybreak.
So here's the thing. In some of these trades, Let Me has actually been winning. And the thing is Renekton is often kind of considered a counter or an answer into Camille. The thing is that he has pushing power on a single ability as well as sustain, his Call to Meek. And then he also doesn't use a resource like mana, so he can kind of just sit and make these tiny little chip trades, use his sustain, and then the fact that she doesn't have the resources to trade back, so it's over. She's been winning a lot of these trades with her shield.
Only down about 13 CS, but the first blood picked up by Yihan and the assist on Let Me is certainly going to help him catch up with that difference. And despite this, we're 12 minutes in, 2-1.
Welche Map?
That
Was?
kill onto Endless. It's dead even in gold. We're seeing Uzi again.
Ah, ja, jetzt sehe ich's.
Advantage in the mid lane. And now Blue Buff is once again being
Ah, wann war?
Vici game.
Good old Camille.
Around Xiao, who is around. Unfortunately, though,
So,
because
probieren wir
Renekton
diesmal
is
Name aus, ob das besser funktioniert.
because
Aber ich fange gegen Blitzcrank, wo ich sage, ist gut gegangen. Du hast dich einfach vor mich gestellt.
Ja.
Und wenn er dich geguckt hat, hast du einfach den AD Carry aufgenockt. Oder ihn und weggenockt.
Ja, aber ich habe das Gefühl, ich habe so unglaublich schlecht gespielt.
Ja, ne, ich auch.
Yihan and Ming now turn towards that dragon.
Yes, and not only the Blade of the Rune King, but also the fact that Leona is now unlocked. We've seen Ming peeking his head mid lane. You know, he locked down, he burned 2 summoner spells on Easy Hoon, but now you have the Leona ultimate. It's the same factor of kind of
Lulu ist im
unlocking
Moment
that
auch
attack
recht
situation.
nervig.
They
He.
can do a lot of damage and continue to ramp the game, and that's
Wieso
something that
Lulu?
RNG are still very good at
Wegen
doing.
Pixie und dem Harass.
So far the game is
Also
rather
wegen
slow, but there is a lot of
Polymorph
vision
meine ich
from
vor allem.
RNG, and now they've picked up
Ja,
plenty of
okay.
items. Triforce finished off for Let Me. Runic Echoes completed for Yihan, as we already mentioned. The Blade of the Rune King for Uzi and Xiao, who nearly has Morellos. They are looking strong.
But the thing is that RNG's vision is actually in the wrong place right now, but hold on.
Trying to force a fight onto Easy Hoon. Shockwave flings him back in after he is caged down. Yihan says, I'm helping.
And instead of using the space, just immediately put...
Ein Schako Jungle.
Der ist noch wünschen, was ich spielen soll.
Geht. Gib dann Rami und danach spielen wir die Botlane. Weil Schako Jungle Vanguard toppt ist.
Not only
Wird
do they have the
interessant.
damage, but they have the CC
Sehr
mod. Beautifully
interessant.
done. Cocoon into a long range Zenith Blade, holds down the Grax and pops him like a balloon. And again, because they
blunt
used the space
smoker.
instead of sending Camille immediately bot lane because there's no wave to pick up, it was pushed too far forward. They had that open space to make the gank happen mid lane, and now they're trying to put it down as soon as the wave hits tower. So Let Me got so much off of that.
Absolutely. 2 additional assists and not falling further behind in minions. Should be doing rather well against Long. As
Alleo.
Uzi, who's making his way back up towards the top lane. Yihan,
Und ein Galio.
gotta respect this.
I know we're watching the top lane, but what we should be watching is the mid lane. So again, where Camille
Ah, ich
is
hätte
the
schon wieder
space
Lust,
to the
Rundle
mid
zu
lane,
spielen.
Long now has the space, and you can already kind of see him.
Aber nachdem ich letztes Game so gesagt habe.
And I think Xiaohu knows what's up.
He's able to cheat backhand.
Weiß nicht,
Einfach.
Eben Rengar gegen den Galio funktioniert.
Ich auch nicht.
Aber hey, wir lassen uns überraschen.
Genau.
And right now, RNG needs to prioritize getting their vision back out on the map. They have really good kind of defensive vision, particularly with their control points on top side. But if they want to continue to press the tempo of this game, they need to either neutralize that vision, get it in the river. In fact, Let Me and Xiao, who just placed a bunch of boards over bottom side. and it opens up abilities like this.
Again, the Hextech ultimatum onto EasyHoon. He's flung back and executed by SoloQ. Easy rotation, easy kill.
But that's why that vision is so pivotal there, so they know that they have the information to make that play.
Oh, the 80 carry dual blade of the Ruined King is not completed for Endless, but he's able to walk under turret and hold
Also,
King, though, looking for the
unser
dive,
Team,
possibly
ich
that's a very low
verstehe
held
es
match.
nicht
man, here
ganz,
he goes.
aber...
And there he goes. In and out. Long is actually collapsing as well as he teleports up towards the top lane. No follow-up from Let Me
Aber
Alone.
hey, aber
Slow
hey.
is not quite enough. Only manages to get it slow onto Hatong. Turns to stall out Long as best he can, and Uzi is left for dead. Ming says, sorry, mate.
Ming tried his best to use the zoning ultimate. He caught 2 members, but Long flashed to the other side. He hits him with the Zenith Blade to just try to buy Uzi slight more time. But at the end, he's like, I can't. I've
Das
done
gehen
everything.
hättest gern der Headhunter oder der Officer.
Turn that back around, and now they're looking at the top tier 1 turret. There's no wave clear here, and it finally drops down. Still about a 700 gold lead for RNG, but VG answer back.
And frankly, that's just a mistake from Uzi and Ming. The team should have communicated to them. Camille doesn't have TP. Renekton does. This is the only play that they can make, getting a number advantage to the top side. You can't be that far forward without being punished. But Uzi looks for the greed.
Yeah.
Ming followed after him, threatening the dive on the Ashe, and in the end, just bites them.
Yeah, could this perhaps be a bit of disrespect from RNG playing against the bottom team of Group B here?
This is the thing about Uzi. Like, if you're an international fan of the LPL, the glimpses of Uzi you see are always him in perfect form, which there has to be a lot of respect there. That under pressure, when it matters, Uzi will show up. But I've
When it
watched
doesn't.
hundreds of games of Uzi, and he has this tendency to overgreed, to disrespect, you know, whatever you want to call it. He's just kind of careless.
Yeah.
And sometimes he's careless at the worst moments. Now, this doesn't burn them too bad, losing a tower, but it slows down a lot of the momentum that they had. And it's just classic Uzi.
Galio Jungle, what the fuck?
Hashtag classic Uzi. Now even taking away his own Raptor camp from Eon, who is there as he heads towards bottom and
Vor allem mit der Master im Jungle.
Did you just show up and like, get off my camp?
Yeah.
Weiß ja
Eon was there
nicht,
clearing out a
weiß ja
control ward
nicht.
and decided to go for the minions and
Gegen einen Shaco auch noch.
It's a party on the Raptor ramp.
Yep.
Just,
3 people showing up. Flash used by EasyHoon. Didn't even flinch.
Das mal den Mühe carrier. Beta ist extra.
Meanwhile, in front of
Okay.
up in 40 seconds, 45 seconds.
Genau, jetzt lachst.
RNG are starting to set up down there. They've got Endless and pushing a wave up top.
yeah, and
Ich bin auf jeden Fall motiviert zu carryen. Ich bin auf jeden Fall motiviert.
It is an Inferno, so you wanna
Was
play
uns ein
good
bisschen
cards.
fehlen wird, ist ein Tank, habe ich das
Camille
Gefühl.
has the teleport, and
Ach,
Long
Tanks sind
doesn't.
überwältigt.
And Ashe can't stand across from Camille.
Yeah.
They need to pull the
Hot on
Renekton
the
up.
trail.
So Camille needs to get that Renekton up to the top side and then use the numbers advantage to secure this dragon. SoloQ, no!
There's actually no vision from RNG here. He's forced to flash over the wall as he uses his own cleanse to escape from Bang and Easy. Champions working together.
Wenger und Shaco nehmen jeweils Lucian und Ziggs raus.
Don't walk towards the dark side of
Der
the map.
Rumble
If he had died there,
ist
would
gegen
he
Yasuo
have
gut
access
und
to
Bush
using his
ist
flash?
hinten drin
Still a
und
bit of a
Welcome
macht
to
es.
Summoner's Rift.
Und jetzt 3 Mensch.
But also as a team in that RNG are making these sort of disrespect mistakes. Long shows up top as the Infernal Dragon is started out by RNG. Eon is there. The arrow is ready for Endless. He has the minion bottom.
Don't be caught.
30 seconds
Oh,
until
das ist ein
minions
guter
spawn.
da.
SoloQ was in a
Achtung, kommen sogar.
has now moved to the side of the stage.
First blood.
Take him up to the top side. As soon as Renekton is
Super
topside,
gespielt, super gespielt, super
Not
abgespielt.
by a long shot.
Easy pickup for RNG as Let Me now base checks into a brush and finds Renekton, loses half of his health in the process. Long doing some work there, even going to
Wartest
deny
du
the,
da drin?
Honeyfruit just in
Ich habe
case.
kein Wort mehr, ich habe meins aufgestellt.
Full level ahead, nearly 30 CS up, and despite giving up that first blood, he's showing some work. Ooh,
Es steht
boy.
schon.
Nobody saw that, Bangy.
He's
Er hat Leone
two-time
hat geflasht,
champion.
gell?
He's a
I
big
have
boy.
the tools for the job.
It's heavy getting that trophy over that wall.
It's made of solid salt.
It's a heavy trophy.
It really is.
Oh.
Arrow, oof, narrowly misses SoloQ. And also misses Let Me.
Thank you,
Hat mich
Spectre.
nach
Yes.
6.
We get to see Let Me sort of
Wenn wir Level 2 pushen ein bisschen.
Want to see a hand?
Meanwhile, we've got
Bravo.
that 20-minute mark. RNG still got momentum in this game. Now making mistakes accelerating that momentum.
But now it's about next objective. So So both of these teams actually throwing their
Let's
ultimate, seeing what
investigate.
they can, you know, finish. We also have the fact that they can try to play top lane tower. So Uzi, he's sitting down there. He's looking towards that Black Cleaver, just grabbing the spear. But you'd have to think that something's going to be in the top side river. We're going to keep bouncing pressure from mid and top lane, and someone will get caught by the ult, by that, and then everything's going to explode. And what's scary is that I was quite
top side here as well. Banky. Don't want to take any chances and get caught. Who's playing super safe in mid lane with his
An enemy has been
Ach,
slain.
Level 2 Biene.
Ja, ich hab zumindest 20 wieder Award gehabt.
Ich auch, erst 20.
in the Baron
Ja.
itself. They're just sitting back waiting for those cooldowns, waiting for those. Uzi actually
Me?
heads up towards the top.
Miss?
Yeah, he's on the way, so they've gotten long to his front. So he actually has the tempo advantage control of the side. So it's freed up that they have the numbers advantage to go out earlier back out on the rift, and be in the place that they want to make plays, which again is top tower. We're trying to break top tower, and we're trying to advantageous back timer. They're here first.
They go straight for that top tower. Endless starting to fire shots against these minions. There as well, but Banky and Endless are
love
the
it.
minion wave. Then appropriately.
Schade.
So viele Misses da. Meine Fresse.
Well, and buy long enough time that RNG can execute on the play.
Want
and
to see a
then
hat trick?
leaves their bottom
An
tower
ally has been slain.
and over an initial
They're using it now. Heading up towards the Who's currently grouped with Ming. He's sitting just outside of vision. Lets them know with a good old ping before casting that minion wave.
Don't be hot flat footed.
This time he flashes over and doesn't hesitate at all. Quick flash down. The cap flash with the arrow from Endless. Downtown snipe.
And now, they finally caught the primary wave clear as well as the mid lane member. What do they do with the advantage here? They try to push down mid lane. They don't have the immediate creep wave there. All they've got choices. He took the boat. It's going to be mid tower, or at least mid tower.
Try to get some
Kein Flash.
Holy!
And the quick turnaround, thank you to target.
Hast noch Flash?
So low, and Endless says thank you for spoon feeding me these kills. He flashes forward in this. Oh, and dives to the minions in the meanwhile. Easy, who tries to follow up. Patong,
That's
pay
not
attention
heal.
to your surroundings, mates. That was a free kill if you caught it in midair.
Disaster!
Alright.
It's okay, we limped away. They got the tower, not a ton of damage done. But this is what we're talking about, you know, rejuvenated, new spirit, flashing forward. Almost work.
It did.
You can see the
It
idea.
was right there.
You can
He
see
didn't have
the
Black
Okay.
Cleaver. He only had
Lass
like
uns doch
just the
pushen,
Blade
das
from
ist-
King's Phage and then a long sword. The blood.
That said, damage was
Sorry,
done.
boys.
Use the mid tower.
I
as
keep
we
the
take
fuzzy
another look
pups
at
at
this.
home.
So good job from Biggie to get around. He doesn't necessarily poke anyone, but
Willst
kind
du
of
back?
power. And the thing is, ultimate for the tall. Now they don't have that. The tower falls, and Vici, it looks amazing for them, but they just slightly over. Finn does do a good job
Hot on
to
the
lock
trail.
down Bengi, but I feel like he almost actually just kind of baits the rest of his team to take more damage. Bengi's been like, okay, you wanna go?
Aber dein
He's
Heal,
around
du
the
meine
corner,
Güte, der war goldrichtig.
Yeah.
Weil er
Das
6 ein Q und plötzlich war so,
So
what?
it was actually the Spiderlings. I was mistaken. Long
Ich weiß nicht wieso, dass unsere Midlane Dark Steel gekauft hat, aber
That's a lot of damage, but he finally drops.
ich will nicht andere kritisieren.
And unfortunately, Vici aren't in position to make use of the fact that so many resources were expended on.
Ja, wir werden sehen. Bist du noch da?
Ja, ja.
See a hat trick.
Ah, okay. Ja, weil es hat vorher kurz so gerauscht. Warte, ich mal warten.
5-0 and 1. The MVP so far.
Like I.
Eo mit einem Red Buff.
So he's got
Not
some
by a
CDR. I'm
Firing arrows.
They have an Oriana.
What Oriana's on the other side of the field?
Nice.
Achtung.
A little bit fast and loose from our end.
Oh.
Oh.
No way.
Ja, aber was der Six kann schon wieder Botlane roamen, einfach.
Crazy. You're right. It doesn't. Man, I'm still even thinking about it.
I was trying to dig it. I was like, well, he's got Black Cleaver, so this seems
Don't
like
flat
electricity. Oh
footed.
god, they changed it like 16 patches ago.
Ja, unser Tower ist weg.
Okay. So, 500 gold lead for RNG.
Hot on the trail.
They're almost, I hesitate to say this, it almost looks like Airless here is Ming dives into 3 people. Massive shockwave coming to them away from the arrow. Teleport is cancelled by Long.
Want to see a hat trick?
She's now joined the fight. Remember that E gap close. You can never underestimate it.
Long
Enemy has been slain.
like letting his mid one go down. Excellent.
I have the truth.
And now
Scheiß.
RNG are set to collapse.
Free tower. Now though it was cancelled.
So it turns out Ming was actually doing an intelligent thing there by forcing that fight. The shock color of RNG
Let's
rears
invest.
his head.
He's been looking very strong on champion Fiona and now looming shot caller, if you will, for RNG. If he has a big
Der Botlane ist auch in der Mitte gealtert.
Let's go.
they look so much
Sagst du, wenn ich gehe, Mann?
when he plays disengaged.
Also siehst du es eh jetzt. Also nicht jetzt. Also
Priority,
Leo fängt jetzt an, ist von Drake.
as they face more elite, more well
Beide beim Drake, ich meine.
The closest
Me?
we've come to is seeing their
Miss?
performance against
Not by a
WE, and
long
again that
shot.
was without MLXG. And though that did go to game 3, we're starting to see a little bit of laziness.
just kind of like resting on their laurels, resting on their king.
I
Uzi
love a
there.
big
Yes.
chase.
Throne certainly is comfortable, but question like that.
Keine Wort. Ja.
You can stand up and
Die gehen doch Respekt, die pushen die.
Farming, you can see that CS discrepancy between Varus and Ash. It's also kind of ekes him out his penetration.
Und Leo hat 6.
And his 2 core items on Varus.
teleport was pushing bottom, but still doesn't have his. There is a distinct teleport window.
Want to see a hat trick?
Their big window.
Und zu zweit. Ja.
Power in this Baron dance. Have to give respect though to that red side Victor. He's got hourglass and bottom line.
Ja gut, jetzt.
Currently he's shoving top as Letme is trading the bottom lane. GA finished. And a Kaiser for the
I
2.
love a big chase.
16, 11, 16. Teleport almost up for long, so this window is shutting slowly but surely.
And it's also the window on kind of Renekton's relevance. Again, the
Can I bot?
Camille can just like
Tower.
instantly blow someone up and isolate them. Has great chase and kind of janitorial duties. So slightly different playstyles, but in a side lane 1v1, there's going to be that
Right.
break point eventually for Camille, and you can already kind of start to see, Letme's confidence to match across from even a GA wall.
No fear just yet. As long as like there's let me
Someone disable
be ready. I like to imagine that next to the keyboard there's an easy button.
Got them in my
purpose to do a
sights.
ping, and
Da
there's
wäre ich weg. Ja.
But the thing is it made sense compiling which teams to like help as a community. They're all Chinese.
Yeah.
They can all talk to each other.
Time for a shakedown.
Well, Vici Gaming can. They were red teams. They were also red teams. That's what I thought you were thinking about.
King a lot. Just so lucky that
Me?
Zum Botlane.
No.
Hast du noch? Aha. Du bist noch nicht Level 6?
Nein?
Doch, du bist Level 6. Ja,
Ja,
jetzt.
jetzt gerade.
I have the
10 seconds. Wave. They've even got pressure bottom.
hot on the trail.
Peter Parker hangs out on the wall before leaping down.
Who doesn't like being in a gun?
Calm down.
I wanted, like,
An
perhaps there are
enemy
people
has
watching.
been slain.
Meanwhile, looks like Beecher can force the trade here. They rush towards the Baron and then Mountain Break makes a big objection. They're burning through it real quick.
Keeping up. Now there is Oriana Leona and small choke.
Oh man, Lemmy gets in, turns onto Easy Hoon and knocks him down. There's the shockwave to follow up. Long is in the back on Xiao, who has Uzi is silent,
An
but he just
ally has
cannot buy
been
enough
slain.
time. Uzi is firing shot after shot. And will bring up another one. Damage for a long time to get
Wanna see it
topped
happen?
off by the Guardian Angel. In fact, he will finish off Ming before finally getting cleaned up by the rest of RNG. So, 4 versus 2, Bengi's got Spike.
Also mich überzeugen unsere Mates da noch nicht so wirklich, du.
Over the wall, goes down. It's Uzi who gets it, and he doesn't even get a kill on the backside of it.
Okay, I wanted to pause to see if Bengi would get the smite steal there. But he didn't get it. That's unfortunate. Red side Victor. We talked about it all the time. Red side Victor is strong.
Leave the line
Out
down
of the
below.
Baron area because he can place the gravity field as well as the chaos field to zone you away from the field. That did not happen to Uzi in this time around. They just kind of let everyone walk in,
Yeah.
and then he tried to burst them down as soon as they took the fight. But at that
Got
point,
the
they
new
cut
side.
down their health bar and their damage was taken, their attention. So Ichi kind of caught with their pants down, despite the fact that they had a lot of tools to kind of sequence it. You know, better vision around that Baron area, better use of cooldowns to zone before RNG even got an advantage positioning. But again, Let Me gets on top of it, and it the hourglass storm
Not
almost
by a
immediately.
long shot.
It's not that where he's zoning getting the area so they can also makes sense.
Gott, sind die schlecht.
Hot on the trail.
Value bot.
Ming and Uzi shut him down as well. A quick 2 kills. Mountain break with 7 points full lead for RNG's. Got 6 as they break down the mid tier 2
Time for a
turret
shakedown.
and the bottom tier 2. But as 5, they're not going to stop.
Brauchte ich noch ein Bot.
Mountain break terrorist.
Pascal?
Ja. Top braucht es eben auch der ein oder andere.
Aber Top hat mir noch ein Outer-Turret. Bot pushen sie uns jetzt gleich einen Inner-Turret weg.
Gut.
Turret didn't stand a chance. Ming and Shadow holding it on the side as long as the harass from Let Me. The first inhibitor falls. Camille scales up further and further.
And this seems so basic, but this is actually something that RNG do
Let's invest.
Das Shaco und...
right now. Is that they use Baron in multiple lanes. For whatever reason,
Ja, Mid-Turret Leute ist auch noch.
this makes you stronger in a fight. It doesn't, guys. Stop doing that.
Read the buff. Figure it out.
But they're really
Me?
good at
Miss?
using Baron
Not
and
by a long shot.
ramping the game time and closing out. And if they don't close the game off of a single Baron, they'll take enough inhibs that they can just close the game on second. So once you already take this point,
So many bad guys.
you're going
So
But Vici Gaming, they're still going to try. 2 inhibs down.
Achtung, Jungler top.
Huge item. They are ready.
An ally has been slain.
Und was macht der Shaco, man? Mid-Turret
We're getting
und
to
so?
that late game
Time
phase.
for a
and
shakedown.
RNG quite literally play. Bigger threat.
Leona.
Lazy RNG still beat you. What happens?
Your turret has been
Schön Bot-Turret.
An ally has been been slain.
Was.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Good decision.
Leave the long gun at the law.
I mean, they responded immediately to BT's attempt. Shahu missed. He baits it in and out. Arrow misses.
Here hat Ignite.
So many bad guys. So little time.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Might not be enough. His 4 members. Let me solo forward.
Up for a showdown.
Uzi eats a lot of damage and dies to
An ally has been
kill Shahu in the back. Gihan cleans up that kill onto Endless. Let me dive into the back. That's the ace onto BG. Very little celebration as they turn their way on.
Der Rumble, die Aktion in der Mitte war gerade wirklich so. Schmeißt Ult und danach flasht er rein in den Knockback vom Dings. Vom Gern, ja so.
Let's investigate.
Gelli war noch gar nicht da, das war ja der Witz an der ganzen Sache. Das war einfach so Next Level. Einfach.
I love a good chase.
Ach, da.
Sorry, boys.
Even
I
in
keep
this
the
game,
fuzzy
remember
pups
this
to
is
play.
not the last. Not as good a team in the last game. Yeah.
An enemy has been slain.
Few kills, but
vastly weighted in RNG's favor, so they just kind of have better talent.
up towards the damage charts, the biggest difference teleporting one was roaming and the other matched it, but every time let me hit it, he wins more, and because he's a champion that'll start I mean, he farmed well with 6 PCM, he was ahead of the clock at 35 minutes, but he was dropped off. Yeah, and again, that's sort of the late game.
I have the tools for the job.
By the time the game ended, he just couldn't deal
So,
excuse me. Yeah, let me come in.
Even in the
jetzt habe ich zumindest mal Damage.
Wir haben dann... Wenn die mir einen Drake.
I love a good chase.
Sogar ein Dings an Flame.
Was?
Sogar ein Infernal.
above all else. Yeah. Actually getting a lot of early ganks up is looking
Hot on the train.
incredible for someone
Doch
who's
noch
just
rausgeholt, dann habe ich den Korb ineinander.
team.
Gehen sie Baron.
Their performance that strong from him. And RNG, yeah, they play a lot around Uzi. I feel like they waited an extra 10 minutes when they didn't need to let Uzi get items, because Uzi's saying they need items. Even from the rest of
Zu ihm!
Nein! Ah, der erste ist noch gar nicht da gewesen.
Mann.
Resources onto key targets. Uzi had a massive CS advantage because they kept
Want to see it?
it's basic.
also super complicated, because you have to do it in 3 lanes at the same time. You've got people that are delegated to doing
Me?
it up to 3
Miss?
minutes in advance.
No,
I just
by
expect
no.
everyone to be able to
Like,
do that.
not always
ways that if you will let me know. That is 6-1 and 9-12 in 3 out of every 4 kills. Huge performance out of him.
Yeah,
Let's
Let Me was
investigate.
going berserk, and there is actually one super important as we
Interfere.
we don't get to see that one. In saying that, Let Me, when he's able to engage, push, impact the whole
Ich habe ein bisschen Angst, ehrlich gesagt, um da rein.
the shot caller, he's going to go. It could be quite
Ach Mensch!
and the Renekton. Lug's doing
Your
stuff.
team
Like
has
he's down there trying to
destroyed
hit
a turret.
but RNG are doing so much more by just ignoring him and getting to the backline that are the damage threats anyway. Still able to outscale at that stage in the game. RNG is what I like the most here. Renekton. To wait, they could have.
Up in game number 4.
I have the tools for the job.
Brauchen wir Luther, Moment, Drake.
They're actually doing it and everyone's surprised.
Yes. Well, Rusty, thank you so much for your analysis. We're going to go ahead and get into pick and ban for our final game of cross-conference play.
Your team has destroyed.
Mitte 8 machen, glaube ich. Also kann doch anders sie machen.
Time for a shakedown.
Im schlimmsten Fall machen sie Baron, aber... I don't know. Ja, sie werden wahrscheinlich Baron machen.
Let's investigate.
Normal, ich meine, sie haben Shaco gesehen, also.
Wanna see a
Ja, so ist top. Scheiße.
Has been destroyed. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Let's investigate.
Ich weiß nicht, warum der Rengar noch mit Tank geht, wenn er schon das Maul bekommen hat.
I have the tools for the job.
Und ein bisschen wenig Zeit da, man. Kommen da raus.
Don't be caught flat-footed. Hot on the trail. Time for a shift day.
Botlane pusht für uns.
Want to see a hat trick?
Das war echt ein klarer Fight für sie gewesen, ja.
Ja, es ist einfach extrem dumm gespielt.
Rumble hat auch keine Ult gehabt.
Ich weiß überhaupt nicht, was das sollen hätte. Ich weiß nicht, was der Rumble macht, ich weiß nicht, was der Shaco macht. Das ist, und was der Ranger macht auch nicht. Also es ist einfach. Ich verstehe es nicht.
Me? Miss? Not by a long shot. Let's investigate. Don't be caught flat-footed.
What the? Wieso Rumble? Ich glaube nicht, dass wir den Fighter wollen.
Hot on the train.
Vor allem wieder ohne Rumble Ult ist ein bisschen... Komm mit dir raus.
Enemy double kill.
Aber sie sind halt zu
Not by
zweit.
a long shot.
Ja, scheiße, aber wir haben den zweiten Drake. Und jetzt einfach wegen Botlane Event, ich weiß nicht, ob sie Bot oder Mid pushen. Eher Bot, hä?
I love a good chase.
Zwei mit.
Ich
Wir
kann allein.
brauchen dich Bot, wir brauchen dich Bot.
Enemy double kill. An ally has been slain.
Retard.
An enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
Ja, ja.
Wo ich auch keinen Schaden gemacht habe. Rumble hat schon am meisten Schaden gehabt für unserem Team, aber seine zwei letzten Equalizer sind ein bisschen fragwürdig gewesen.
Nicht nur die letzten zwei. Er hat irgendwie sein Ult auf Cooldown gehalten und kein Plan wieso. Ist einfach. Aber ja. Ah ja. So ein Game ist frustrierend. So ein Game ist richtig frustrierend.
Weil am Anfang ist es glaube ich nicht mehr so schlecht gelaufen.
Ich finde, bei uns ist es generell nicht schlecht gelaufen. Es war halt einfach. Der Fist ist unglaublich ins Rollen gekommen.
Der Six.
Ja. Mein 7-2-9. Der Yasuo auf der Toplane genauso. Es war einfach so. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was unser Team gemacht hat.
Six in Schaden ist einfach abartig stark gewesen. Hey. Ha, lustig. Bis zum Baron Buff sind wir nur 3000 Gold hinten drin gewesen. Und nachher, wo sie die Baron gemacht haben, sind es gerade 7000, 8000, 10.000, 12.000 und dann ist fertig gewesen.
Ja, wie gesagt, ich habe keine Ahnung. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was unser Team gemacht hat. Ich habe es nicht verstanden. Random Rumble Equalizer. Ein Shaco, der mal nach vorgeht und wieder zurückgeht und gar nichts macht. Ein Rengar, der Tanky baut.
Nein, er hat ja überhaupt nicht Tank gebaut. Er ist voll offensiv.
Ja, ich meine ein Rengar, der auf Damage baut, aber genau gar nichts gebacken kriegt in keinem einzigen Fight. Ich meine, wenn der Rengar reingeht, einen Six tötet und dabei auch stirbt, okay, von mir aus, aber er hat ja nichts gemacht.
Mhm.
Ist dann einfach so, Entschuldigung. Ah, ja. Anyhow. Ich glaube, das war's für mich.
Ja, ich bin gerade ein bisschen müde.
Dann lassen wir es, glaube ich, wirklich.
Vielleicht habe ich morgen noch mal Zeit.
Ja, ich muss auch schauen. Bis morgen. Ciao,
Bis
ciao.
später.